Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, welcome to Pampered Chef Live. We're so glad that you have joined us tonight. My name is Michael. I'm your moderator tonight, and I am so happy that you all are here with us. Where are you joining from? Post in the chat. Let us know where home is for you, and or maybe you're not at home. Maybe you're on vacation. Wherever you are, wherever you're joining from, we're really glad you're here. Drop an emoji if your consultant invited you as well. During the next 35 to 45 minutes, we'll be joining Julie and Irene from Julie's Home Kitchen as they help us stay cool with tostadas and a sweet dessert dip that you can make without turning the oven on. Julie and Irene are longtime friends and both consultants who live in the same area, so really fun to have them do this together. After the demo, we will be selecting 5 attendees for a brand new summer product giveaway. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to register for the event right now through the Zoom link in the description of this post so you can be eligible for tonight's drawing. We'll also have some Q&A time with Julie and Irene about the recipe, the products they use, as well as frequently asked questions about their experiences as consultants. So if you have a question that you want them to answer or that you want us to answer, please drop it in the Q&A feature here in Zoom. And Q&A is different than the normal chat. Q&A is a dedicated thing. Make sure you look for that if you want your question answered. We'll do our best to get through as many questions as we can. Sometimes there are more than we can keep up with, which is a great problem to have. Our staff will be responding to as many as we can, and we'll save some questions for Irene and Julie to answer depending on how much time we have left. Couple housekeeping notes for you. First of all, after the event, for those of you who signed up for the reminder text, you're going to get another text after the event with the link to the featured products and recipe. And everyone will receive the handout, the recipe handout via email about an hour after the event. Second of all, there's going to be a survey that pops up here in Zoom when you sign off. We want your feedback. Please fill out that survey. Give us your thoughts. You can be honest with us. And we'll select one more winner for a bonus giveaway from that survey. So be sure to look for that after the event. The last thing, if the Zoom chat is getting too busy and you don't really care for that, we get this feedback a lot like, hey, it's too distracting. We want to help you. There is a way to turn it off. You can mute it. If you're on your computer watching this, click the little arrow next to the chat button at the bottom of your screen, and then click Stop Showing Chat Preview. If you are on your phone, open the chat and tap the little bell icon and then select mute. And you can also hide all those emoji reactions that come up from the bottom of the screen. Just go to More on your phone and find the 3 little dots and hit Hide Reactions. Hopefully that helps you. If not, just enjoy the chat. It's a wild ride in there. It's a lot of fun. So it's time to get cooking, friends. So grab a beverage and relax and take it away, Julie and Irene. Let's get cooking, friends.
Hey, everybody. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Julie's Kitchen. Yes. So excited to have you guys here. Today is Tostada Tuesday, so we're doing that together. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Irene, and this is my friend Julie. Pampered Chef brought us together. Mm-hmm. I love Pampered Chef. So many great, amazing tools. When I first started my journey with Pampered Chef, gosh, almost 10 years ago, I really did it because I was a stay-at-home mom who physically lived in my car. You guys probably know I'm at volleyball practice and soccer practice and all the different things, all the different events, recitals. And so what I love about Pampered Chef is that they have great tools and appliances that really help simplify cooking in the kitchen. So tonight, that's what we're really going to be doing, making a quick and easy Tostada Tuesday with some fun new products. You guys are going to see some great new things. And I want to introduce you to my friend Julie here.
Yes. As Irene said, we are really excited to be here tonight, and we think it's an honor to get to cook for you. We love cooking. I've been doing Pampered Chef nearly 27 and a half years, and I started because I also had young kids at home, and I wanted to find a fun and flexible way to earn some extra income. Never mind that I didn't know how to cook. Never mind that I wasn't a salesperson, but what I did was I fell in love with products and I fell in love with people. And one of the people I fell in love with was my friend Irene. And we thought, what a cool thing that business can bring together friends. It can teach you how to cook and just give you something really special for yourself. We think it's way more fun to cook with friends.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, let's do this together. And so I want to tell you, as you're watching, we're going to show you a lot of our favorite products. You're liable to fall in love with a lot of products. You might decide to talk to your consultant and see if you can gather your friends for a party as well. Because remember, it's way more fun to cook with friends.
Every time.
So much fun. So we got to get started. But before we get cooking, Irene, I wanted to just bring this up, I was thinking as you talked about having young kids in the car, we have a brand new product coming out June 1st, and it's called the Kids Club. And it's a really special box that's going to be available beginning June 1st. And I wondered if you want to tell people a little bit about what's in this box that we're so excited about.
So this is the new Kids Club box that's going to be available June 1st. It's pretty cute and awesome. It comes with our little empanada hand pocket maker. It also comes with a spice, everything but the pizza seasoning spice. Cute little pizza pin as well. But what I really love is that they have all these recipes that are included with it, right? So like 5-minute dough, pizza pockets, cinnamon beignets. Sounds amazing. This is really cute. I love it. Great summer activities, right, for kids. And I just want to say, you know, like my kids did grow up eating a lot of food because I cooked all the time, right, with Pampered Chef. But cooking is a life skill, right? You're learning math and measurements and things like that. And it's a really good bonding time to teach your kids, like eating healthy and eating good is very important. And so this is a great way to kind of introductory cooking for anybody who wants to do more hands-on with their kids at home.
I think that's a great idea. And we know that moms are going to be looking for things to do this summer, grandmas, moms groups. So this box would be a really fun addition. And little spoiler alert for you, if you decide to join the Pampered Chef family this month, this is a sign-on bonus you can get when you order your starter kit. And we think that everyone should give Pampered Chef a try. We always say, like, try on the apron. It's a one-size-fits-all apron, and it adjusts around all the things that are important in your life, whether it's a full-time job, full-time hobbies, house full of kids, whatever it might be. But when you decide to try on the apron this month, this is your sign-on bonus. So anyway, I'm super excited about that. Enough is enough. Let's get cooking, right? So tonight we did some things ahead of time just to save a little bit of time. And before camera rolled, I grounded up a pound of ground beef, which is a pretty common occurrence probably in most kitchens. And I ground it up by using the world famous Pampered Chef Mix and Chop. Throw in the chat if you're already a owner of this Mix and Chop. I use it, of course, to break up the ground beef, but I use it often for ground turkey and sausage. I do it to smash avocados, bananas for banana bread, all of these things. It doesn't scratch your cookware or anything like that. Now, we do need to take a minute and talk about cookware, because cookware to your kitchen is like tires on a car. It's the foundation. When you have cookware.
Sorry to interrupt you, Julie. Just one second. This is Michael. We lost camera just real quick, so I want to make sure we get that camera back on. You were nailing it. You were on a roll, and we'll jump right back in a sec. But I want to make sure everybody can see what you're doing.
Certainly.
Hold on,
Thank
guys.
you. All good.
They see us?
Not quite yet. Let me think of some jokes for a second here.
Okay, sorry, guys.
Oh, you're fine. You know, you would think being a dad, I would have some better jokes handy. There we go. Okay, good. I was about to disappoint you, so here we go. I'm gonna go away now.
You're welcome. I saved you from Michael's jokes, everyone. Okay, so as I was saying, cookware in the kitchen is like tires on a car. It's the foundation. And you know, if you deal with cookware, that can be a couple things. Maybe it's all scratched up. It looks like a chicken's been dancing in your cookware. Or you have the warped, wobbly cookware. We call that the rock and roll cookware. That you want to get rid of. Pampered Chef cookware is not going to do that to you. This is actually the weeknight brilliant skillet that I use quite often, but I'm not going to tell you I only use it on the weeknight. I use it on the weekends as well. And it's got a helper handle, so if you load it up real heavy, you're going to be able to hold it. It will be warm to the touch, so you will use, of course, oven mitts to hold it like this. It's got flared edges, so you can actually pour sauces and things like that. And the cleanup is a breeze. So we have 3 different styles or brands of cookware. So be sure you check it all out to see which one is most important to you. But that's the start of our recipe. And Irene's going to pick it up from here and show you some next steps.
Thanks, Julie. All right, guys, we're going to work on some of our toppings to go on our tostadas. So first off, we are going to work on our cheese here. So this is our adjustable coarse grater. I do love the adjustable handle. So when you're not using it, it can be folded down. It does come with a sheath, so it can go into a drawer. But I do like that you can set it up A-frame and grate your cheese right over a cutting mat, or that you can extend it completely and grate cheese right over a bowl or plate. So it's really nice. The other thing I really like about our Pampered Chef cheese grater is that it comes with a food guard. So you never have to worry about You know, my old school food grade did not have a guard, and I would always get scared about my finger knuckle skin and all the things as I'm grating cheese. So we never have to worry about that with the food guard. I will also say too, as well, cheese. If you have the opportunity to buy block cheese versus shredded cheese, always buy block. One, it is actually cheaper if you look into it, and pre-shredded cheese actually has lots of preservatives, including cellulose. You can Google it. It's not good for you. But if you ever wonder why your shredded cheese never melts the same way, that's why. So what I like to do is I actually like to buy big blocks of cheese, and I actually like to shred them up and pre-package them into little freezer bags into 1 cup. Because normally what happens is when I'm making a recipe, it'll want 1 cup of mozzarella, 1 cup of parm, 1 cup of cheddar. So everything's already all shredded up with my adjustable coarse grater. Put them into little Ziploc bags and you can grab them from the freezer when you're ready. Just a nice way to kind of save some money, save some time, and eat fresh, yummy cheese. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put my food guard on here, and this is my block of cheese. So in the beginning, I don't even really need the outer one. Let me just grate it. So look how easy this is. Okay, and now as it gets lower, you can apply pressure with that top piece of that adjustable grater. Check this out. Super easy, okay? I'll show you guys right now. Look at this. How quick and easy was that? Look at that, so good, right? Quick and easy. Okay, so I told you cheese is one of my toppings for our tostadas. Let's talk about it. This is our large pull and serve tray. Notice that this has egg indentations on it. So these are the freezer packs that actually come with your large cool and serve tray. This is designed so when you do make deviled eggs and you want to take them to a party, they actually sit and fit right nicely into these little pre-cut out. So when you're driving and you're sliding around in the car, your eggs stay nice and still on these little inserts. But when we're not using the egg inserts, what we'll be doing is we're going to flip this over. So notice this flat side, right? And we're going to put our toppings right in here. It actually keeps your food cold anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. And it actually has a lid as well. So when you're outside at a barbecue and you want to keep it covered, keep the flies away, you can do that. When you want to open it up, the lid actually sits inside of itself, like so. And so normally what I do is I always have my freezer pucks right in the freezer, ready to go. So anytime I'm ready to go and need some container, a nice little setup here for a taco bar, that's what we're using, our nice little cool and serve, right? I love it, makes it super easy. I also love this for fruits. So think about strawberries, cantaloupes, melons in here. I've also done like, if I do a pho bar, I'll do mince in here, bean sprouts, anything like that. Anything that you're prepping for like a big meal, great to use the large cool and serve tray. Okay, next up for our tostadas, you guys know that Julie has made our ground beef here in our Brilliance cookware. I'm gonna open up a can of pinto beans to add to this. This is our Pampered Chef can opener. And when you click this on clockwise, it'll actually bite onto your can like so. And so what you'll do is you'll rotate this right clockwise all the way around the can. And when it releases, you'll actually kind of feel it release. And we'll turn this counterclockwise now and it'll pop off the can. There's this button here and it controls this guy's little beak, okay? And all we're gonna do is we're gonna line it up to the edge of the can and we're gonna pull up and away. Look at that. A nice smooth edge on your can. So this is great. Number one, I hate when my lids fall into my cans, right? Think about when you're opening up cans of tuna or olives and things like that. This is really nice because your lid won't fall in. Number two, no sharp edges. So kids can open up cans. You know, my dad's a little older, he has arthritis. So I do like this. This is really easy for him to use. The handle ergonomic, lefties and righties can use this can opener. So this is a great tool for your kitchen. If you don't have a Pampered Chef can opener, add this to your list for sure. All right, here we go, guys. We are going to mix up and blend together our taco meat and our beans. And we're going to be using our new electric twist and chop. So I wanted to show you guys this without anything in it because I think this is pretty magical. So you do always have to lock the lid in for it to start. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to blend it with nothing in it so you guys can actually see this blade. This is really cool because it actually pulsates up and down. And what I like about it, it actually blends and pulls your food completely through. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have used a processor lately, but I really like making salsa. And at the very end, I like to throw in nice handfuls of cilantro. but sometimes, you know, my other food processor wasn't strong enough to kind of pull everything through and mix it through. So I love, and I'm obsessed with this new one. I want to show you this. Check this out. Ready? Now, I will say, because we're on Zoom, Zoom may be dampening the noise a little bit. So, you know, it's not super loud, but it does have a noise when it's running. So I want you guys to know that, okay? All right, so here we go. We are gonna load in our ground beef right into our electric twist and chop. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna kind of layer it in meat, and then I'm gonna do a scoop of beans with the juice from the beans here, okay? Just scooping that in right in here, okay? Who loves tostadas? Who's celebrating Taco Tuesday with us? Tostada Tuesdays. Tell me some of your favorite tostada toppings. What is a must-have on your tostada? Do you have to have lettuce, tomatoes? I've seen people get crazy. You know, they do jalapenos and serrano peppers. What do you guys like on your tostadas? Drop that into the chat. All right, I'm gonna layer in some more beans here. Okay, and then I'm gonna hand this over to Julie over here. And here we go. We're gonna blend this up so you guys are gonna see this in action. Okay, as you guys blend it through. Ready? Here we go. Super quick and easy. I mean, how long did I run this for? Maybe 15 seconds, if that. So that nicely blended in our beans with our ground beef all together. Okay, Julie's gonna get started. She's gonna talk to us a little bit about the brand new deluxe air fryer oven.
Awesome. And I know from the camera, I was seeing some things in the comments that it's hard for you guys to see and we couldn't zoom in any closer. So I'm showing you the deluxe air fryer and oven that just came out this spring that we're so excited about. And here where I live, it gets pretty hot in the summer, even in the spring. And so to have a recipe like we're doing tonight that I don't have to turn on the oven is amazing. This is the deluxe air fryer and oven. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn it on to preheat. And so when I hit the button just to turn it on, I love that it says, let's get cooking. And wow, we're up close now. And so here's our oven. And what we're gonna do is get it started preheating by me turning to the setting that says convection bake. Sorry, convection bake. We press on it. And now we're gonna turn it down to 7 minutes and it's gonna preheat. And we just press start and now it's preheating, okay? So hopefully you enjoyed that close-up view. We have two spaces to this. And so what you're going to see is there's a top oven that you can open like this. There's a bottom oven you can open like this, or you can open both doors at the same time. You've got the top button. You're going to be able to do things like a custom setting. You're going to do a stone bake. You even have a pizza setting, a reheat setting. Down here, you have fun things like dehydrate, heat and crisp, air fry. And what I love about all of the small appliances from Pampered Chef is that they all come with a guidebook so that you get to explore your new appliance with confidence and you know how to use it. So whenever I get one of our small appliances, I literally just work my way through the guidebook. I just start because every different feature that I just told you about has some featured recipes. And so you're going to be able just to work through here and try different things. Cinnamon roll bake. Must I say more? I don't think so. So the deluxe air fryer and oven is a great item. And lots of my Pampered Chef hosts choose this as one of their free or half price items. So be sure, remember, talk to your consultant and you could get your air fryer and your oven at a huge discount. So what we're going to do now is get these tostadas ready to go in the air fryer. And what we've got here is 2 trays that we've loaded with tostada shells. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the Pampered Chef scoop to load it up. Let's hear from you. I know y'all have been so busy in the chat. Tell us if you have a scoop. Did you know we have 4 sizes of scoops now? Small, medium, large, and extra large. So I've got the large scoop right now that does a great portion size. And we're just going to set this on here like this and go ahead and load it right in the middle of our tostada shell. And I'll just spread it around when I make sure I have enough space. When we think of scoops, I can't help but think, of course, one of the things I like to use this for the most is often cookie dough, right? I think most of us like to have these perfectly round cookies. And it reminds me of cookie dough fundraisers. When my kids were in school or playing on sports teams, it felt like every other month we were doing a fundraiser. And quite often it involved a tub of cookie dough. Am I right? Have you been there? If you are sick of cookie dough or wrapping paper fundraisers, I need to tell you, Pampered Chef does fundraisers. We're very proud of our opportunity to raise funds for any nonprofit group that is near and dear to your heart. So talk to your consultant about doing that. Maybe you've never thought about doing a party before, but you didn't know that you could actually raise money. So I always say it's fun to shop for a cause, to party with a purpose. And so it's been an honor to team up with my hosts and customers who want to raise money for a cause that's near and dear to them. All right, getting the last little bit out of here with this scoop, and I'm just kind of sliding it to the side. And I'm going to move this all the way out to the edges. And then we're going to put a little bit of cheese on here. And there is our first step here. Everybody needs a Vanna in their kitchen. So Irene told you already about the cool and serve tray, and I saw lots of good feedback. Some of you even said, my ice packs are green. That means you've had it for a while. And Pampered Chef products, they last a long time, don't they? Like you can end up buying something. It's a really great investment when you invest in quality tools for your kitchen. You really get what you pay for. And so, yeah, these are white ice pucks now, but they used to be green. So Irene's going to go ahead when it beeps and tells us that it's preheated. It's going to go ahead and alert her to set it right in there.
Ooh,
how terrific was that? So now she's just going to open it up, and when she pulls it out, she'll show you. She's going to rotate the trays at the halfway point. It's going to beep and tell her that too. This is what I always think of as like,
I just wanted to show them.
oh, she's going to show her, yes.
Check this out. So there is two different doors here, right? So there's a top door here, and then there's a bottom door here. And if you want to open both doors at one time, whoa, right? So you guys kind of heard Julie, you guys can cook two different things at different times and sync them to finish at the same time. So it's actually kind of neat. So sorry, go ahead.
No, it's very, very exciting. And what I love about it is that you don't have to think about it. Like you just put the recipe in again, it beeps and tells you to add the food. It's going to beep and tell you to rotate the trays. All kinds of good things like that. Okay, so I get to do a few more toppings for our recipe right now. And I'm going to dice up a tomato. And I'm going to show you to dice it up with one of these knives. These are brand new knives that Pampered Chef released this spring. These are called, this is the foundation knife block set, and it's the foundational knives that are essential to every kitchen. You've got a paring knife, you've got a utility knife, you've got a bread knife for all my sourdough baking friends. Anybody bake sourdough? I have friends that bring me sourdough often. And so I get to use this to slice right through the beautiful round bread. And then the chef's knife that I was using this weekend for watermelon, pineapple, things like that. So this is a beautiful case that's going to safely hold your knives, keep them organized. If you don't have space on your counter or you don't want them on the counter, you can simply pick it up and it's going to convert just like this and slide right into your kitchen drawer. So that's what we love. We're really, really excited about this. This makes a great wedding gift as well. So if you have any weddings this summer, you can pick this up as a wedding gift. You know anybody getting married, we actually do wedding registries and bridal showers as well. So again, ask your consultant, how can I do a bridal shower for someone with Pampered Chef? All right, shall I cut up some tomatoes now? Safest knife in your kitchen is your sharpest knife. When you use a sharp knife, you're going to see it's going to cut through your food really easily. Again, I know that the camera's not zoomed up close, and that's okay, but it's going to just show you that you're going to be able just to slice right through this so easily. Now, remember, not only are your knives a good investment, your cutting board is a good investment. Your cutting board, it's going to protect your countertop, your tables, and your knives. You want to have a knife surface that's going to be cushioned so it doesn't dull your knife every time you use it. And one other thing I want to tell you about these knives, you'll notice from the tip of the blade through the end of the handle is one piece of steel. That's going to give it more strength, more durability, and it makes it better weight for you. So we're just going to dice it up like this. This is the large cutting board that I'm using, but we actually have 3 different size cutting boards that you can use. All right, this tray of tostada toppings is coming together beautifully. I love all the fresh veggies we have here. And I did see a lot of you said you need guacamole on your Tostada Tuesday night. You're not wrong. And of course, fresh avocados. And I saw olives and things like that. How about a little lime juice for our dipping sauce that I'm going to make? Again, nice sharp knife to cut through here. And I'm going to go ahead and add some lime juice to the dip I'm going to make. We're going to grab the Pampered Chef citrus press. This is an enamel coated citrus press. that's going to do your oranges, your lemons, and your limes. You're going to put it cut side down. Feels like it's backward, but it's not. And then what you're going to do is simply turn it like this, and it's going to squeeze juice out, but the seeds and the pulp do not come out. Just all kinds of yummy juice. So there's our lime. Maybe you're trying to drink more water this summer and you want to put a splash of lemon in there. I've been eating a lot of fish lately, and I can put lemon on my fish and things like that. So we've got prep bowl I'm using for making this dip today. And I love our prep bowls. I use them every day. We have a 1 cup, 2 cup, and a 3 cup. What I really love about these commercial break, did you hear the beep? Maybe you didn't because of the settings, but this just beeped at Irene to tell her to rotate. So she's going to put on some safety oven mitts and tell you about them. These are the new oven mitts that just came out March 1st. They're gripped, so you have a lot of control as you're rotating the tray or picking up any hot food. And
Yeah,
we'll show you the ankle.
Look at this. I love how high it goes up my wrist here, right? Anybody who's had a burn knows that when you're pulling something out of the oven, you're always going to get burned right here. So I love that they're actually 12 inches, nice and long. I love that they're big enough for my husband to use, but also good enough for me. It's a little roomy, but I actually really like the room to be able to move around in here. And then it has a high heat resistant, okay, 752 degrees high heat resistance on the mitts. So
Love them. Add them to the wish list for sure. All right, prep bowls, what I was chatting about. And what we're going to do for this is love that I store my produce and leftovers in the prep bowls. They all come with a lid. And you know, if you put produce in plastic, it doesn't last very long, right? Condensation builds up and then it gets bad. So I take all my produce out of plastic bags when I get home from the store and I put them in glass. Where the food touches glass, it stays crisp and fresh longer, and the condensation is attracted to the lid. So I can make a salad bar every week. I can do fruit for the company that's coming over if I still have little kids at home, all of that. And I love that they're clear so I can actually see what the food is and I'm more likely to eat it. All right, lime juice. Let's add a little bit of sour cream, or I did Greek yogurt as a substitute. It's pushing out of here. Have you seen this product before? This is the Measure All cup, and I just push like this and it just scrapes off easily. You can do honey, you can do mustard, mayonnaise, sticky foods that you don't want to try to bang out of a cup like this. You wipe it clean. This side is for your liquids, lemon juice, water, and you even have a pour spout. So again, it's called the Measure All, 2-sided, sticky food, solids on this side, liquids on this side. Comes in a couple of different sizes as well, so you want to check that out. We're going to add just a tablespoon of this. This is the creamy jalapeno seasoning mix. I actually think I'm doing a teaspoon. Irene's going to check. Is it a teaspoon, Irene? So I don't get too spicy tonight. Y'all, this is a new seasoning that just came out this spring. Creamy jalapeno seasoning mix. Great for a dip, great to sprinkle. 1 teaspoon.
Yes.
We're going to go 1 teaspoon. And you're going to just see, you can open the cap like this. And I'm going to let my teaspoon just go right into the spice bottle like this and drop it in here. Our measuring spoons come as a set of 2. So you're looking at 10 measurements in these 2 little spoons. So much easier to keep organized. And they literally just slide into place and rotate. Liquids or dry ingredients, ready to wash it, just pop the cap off and it goes in the dishwasher. Simplified, easy use. Okay. All right. I'm going to stir up now with the Pampered Chef scraper. And I'm quite sure y'all have scrapers in your kitchen because Pampered Chef is very famous for our scrapers. These silicone white scrapers, they are heat resistant up to 650 degrees. So they're not going to melt. The mold for these is 1 piece. And so they don't come apart in the drawer. And they're again going to stay like so. We've got this yummy little dip that we're going to put on our tostadas as a topping at the end. But I would dip chips in here. I would do all kinds of things. It's super yummy. And again, I'm going to load this right here in the cool and serve tray, just like so. One more topping I get to show you, and that is our cilantro. And again, of course, I have it in the prep bowl with the lid. I'm going to pull this off and I'm going to reach for what I use all the time in the kitchen. And that is the Pampered Chef kitchen shears. These are spring loaded. There's the spring. They pop back open and they sharpen themselves every time you use them. And you're gonna just snip up your fresh herbs. You're gonna use these to cut the fat off of chicken. You can use these for green onions, for all kinds of things. They may even sometimes get used when I get a package to the front door and I need to open the box because they cut through everything even wider. They're so strong. So there's our yummy cilantro that's gonna add a nice little green splash of color. And here is our tostada trays right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and build the tostadas as Irene gets ready to make our dessert. And you'll get really excited to see what we've got going here. All right, is anybody getting hungry? Anybody drooling now on Tostada Tuesday? I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna build up my tostadas for Irene and I to enjoy while she makes our dessert. But of course, remember, you can add any sort of toppings you want to your tostadas, whatever your family. And I love doing it like this so people can build their own. Someone doesn't like tomatoes, they skip that. If they want extra, maybe salsa, whatever, they get to do all of that. So Irene's gonna take it over now and show you how to complete this yummy tostada meal with a light and easy dessert. That once again, no oven for us today.
No oven for us today. It's a little warm where we live, so we're trying not to do any type of oven cooking or anything that's gonna really heat up the house. Guys, I'm so obsessed with this new key lime dessert dip. Now, you can use this and make a key lime pie. Okay, so there are ingredients for the back of this to make a key lime pie. But today we're gonna do a key lime dessert mix. This is magical. It's just so light and like, what's the word? Like it's citrusy and zesty. It's like just really refreshing. And so we're making that today in my friend, you know, the electric twist and chop. I'm gonna put this guy back in here. So currently, just so you guys know, I have 4 tablespoons of butter and half a block of cream cheese in here. So 4 ounces of cream cheese and then half a stick of butter in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my key lime dessert mix here. So it's a powdered packet like so. So I'm just gonna open this up and I'm actually just gonna pour the packet right into my twist and chop like so. Okay. There we go. And then we're gonna blend this up. So you guys saw this earlier. You saw it kind of pulsate up and down. What I didn't get to mention earlier, I turned the actual electric twist and chop on, but there's also a pulse feature too. So this is what the pulse feature looks like, just so you guys can kind of see it. So you can hold it down for as long as you want, or you let it run like how I did earlier. It's pretty powerful. Like I said, earlier, we are on Zoom, so sometimes the sounds of this are muted, but just so you know that it does make noise. I am gonna add in my 1 cup of heavy whipping cream now to this. I am using our Easy Read measuring cups. They actually come in a set of 4. One of my favorite gifts to give for a wedding present, just because it comes with a 1/4 cup, a 1 cup, 2 cup, and a 4 cup, and they all nest inside of each other. And I know it's hard to see now, but there are measurements. Normally, when you look inside, you can see all the measurements right inside the cup. So it's just really convenient. I can hand you that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish blending this out so you guys can see this. Quick and easy. This out so you guys can kind of see this as well. So, check this out. How quick and easy was that? Okay, now prepared in our small cool and serve tray. So this is a 9 by 9. Same concept here, guys. Check this out. This is my freezer insert that we're going to keep in the freezer until right before we're about to use it. Okay, no deviled eggs on this one. So this one's just plain. And this is the insert that goes right into it. So today, with our key lime dessert mixture, we're gonna serve it up with some strawberries, vanilla wafers, graham crackers. I'm using one of our Pampered Chef scrapers. Like Julie said, they come in 6 different sizes. So choose the best size that fits your needs. And then, here we go. Ta-da, look at this. Hi, look at this fun, yummy treat for the summer, right?
And this key lime just came out.
Just came out
May 1st. This is a summer product.
Yes.
It is while supplies last. So make sure if this is a flavor you want in your kitchen, which I think we all do. Kind of bring the tropics to home.
Yeah.
Maybe some of you are traveling, maybe some of you aren't. You wish you were traveling. Do a staycation and serve your key lime dip, or maybe, as Irene said, you can make a pie out of it. But we've got some tostadas to
Guys, hold on.
We're so excited.
I want you to see this tostada.
She wants to make you really hungry.
I want to make you really hungry.
So there you
Tell
go.
me, how good does this look?
So fresh, so fun. So we're gonna do a little cheers with our tostada. Cheers, Irene.
I love cooking with you.
Love cooking. We are so grateful that you joined us tonight, and we hope that you'll get cooking this summer as well. Talk to your consultant about maybe doing a party or even joining the Pampered Chef family too. Yeah. So that's what we have for you. Back to you, Michael. Thanks so much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Julie and Irene. That was wonderful. We're going to give you just a quick break. So if you want to grab some water or whatever, just take a quick breather. I'm going to bring you on and back in like 2 or 3 minutes. So don't be long. Don't make a grocery run. But we're going to do our giveaway, friends, because I want to give some stuff away. I think that's fun. You like giving stuff away? So tonight we are giving 5 attendees, randomly drawn from our attendees tonight, our key lime dessert mix, the one that you just saw in action, and we will be mailing this out to 5 people. And those 5 people are, wait for it. Congratulations to Tracy Booth, Karen Marquez, Lucy Ueda, Antonisha Carter, and Mia Hillstrom. You are our winners tonight. Congratulations. I will be emailing you after the show to get your contact information or your shipping information so we can get this yummy key lime dessert in the mail for you, and maybe you'll have it even in time for some holiday parties. So congratulations to Tracy, Karen, Lucy, Antonisha, and Mia. Now, that key lime dessert mix tastes like summer in a box, and we have so many new fun summer products that have just launched, and there are 3 ways that you can get some of these amazing products. First of all, you can place an order with your consultant and get these things right away. You're going to want that key lime dessert mix for summer parties. I promise you it's going to be a hit. Second of all, you can gather your friends together and host a party. And in the month of May, hosts save 60% off on any one item, including the deluxe air fryer and oven that we just shown. So we're giving our May hosts a little extra dough with a free mystery gift this month as well. So host a party in the month of May to get 60% off any item of your choosing. Thirdly, the other way to get some of these products into your kitchen is to become a consultant yourself. Give the side hustle a try, just like Julie and Irene have, and the friendships that they have found. With summer just around the corner, this is a perfect time to earn a little extra money for some summer fun. So I just want to know, drop it in the chat. What would you do with an extra $300 to spare this summer? Drop it in the chat. What would you do with that? I want to know. And anyone who starts this month with the standard launch kit or above gets a sign-on gift, the Kids Club Dough Much Fun box that we saw at the beginning. An awesome sign-on just for becoming a consultant, or you can start your business for as little as $25 US, $35 Canadian. So talk to your consultant if you want to learn more about this. Now, Julie and Irene, I'm going to bring you back on now because we have a lot of questions in the chat, and like I said earlier, we tried to answer as many questions as we have, but we've got a handful of questions here that that people are dying to know, and that they are. I think you can answer better than I can. So
good.
Great. So let's go through these. So okay, you were talking about shredding your own cheese, which is awesome.
Yes.
So a question here says, if I shred more cheese than I need at a time, do you have any hints on storage so that it doesn't go bad?
I would do it into a prep bowl. I would probably store them into the glass prep bowls, or if you have any of our Pampered Chef glassware that has the lids, you could just store it in that as well.
Love it. Okay, thank you. Question about the air fryer. Do you have any tips for keeping the drip pans clean? It says mine are already, after a handful of uses and cleaning, have some spots on them. What should I do to keep them really nice and clean?
I would just say the best thing is always cleaning them right after use, for sure. Like, don't let it sit overnight, because I've been guilty of this, where you're like, it's fine, I'll get to it tomorrow, and just the more time that you let things sit, right? Like, just like any other food on any other plate or, cookware, you want to just make sure you're cleaning it up, pretty
And
soon.
for me, I might do a little baking soda paste, as well. And also when I know that I use a tool because it gets used looking, it's just a sign of being a good cook. It's just a sign of, we eat at home. Yeah, I'm saving my family money and we eat healthy. So I know we don't want it to look used.
Yeah.
But at some point it's going to have little spots, and I don't know.
We love a little patina to show that you're using it, right? Speaking of the air fryer, one similar question is, which trays did you use for the tostadas?
We used the 2 wire racks that come with the tostada.
It's just the ones that come with it. You don't even need anything different.
Yeah, it's just the ones that come with it. So
these guys right here.
I'm like, oh, don't drop.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, so this question is about I'm not sure that I can't remember if we used the shears in the event or not, but someone is someone is considering the kitchen shears and the professional shears, and they want to know your take, both of you. Which do you think is better for cutting chicken bones? Do you have a take on that?
I personally like the ones that are spring-loaded better, because my hand doesn't get tired, and if I'm really having to cut through chicken bones, I want it to pop back open on its own. So that's what I'm using that for. I can use the other kitchen shears more for fresh herbs, things like that. But something really sturdy, I'm going to use the professional kitchen shears with the spring.
The professional shears is the one with the spring loaded. Got it.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, just a couple more questions. Someone says, will the metal scoop not damage the bowl?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, it's not going to scratch anything. No issues. It's perfect.
All right. And then let's see, last question on the recipe side. Any tips on sharpening knives? You were talking about the safest knife is your sharpest knife. How do you keep your knives sharp?
Yeah, well, you can certainly, use our honing tool to keep the edges honed, which is a really important piece that often we think it needs to be sharpened, but it just really needs to be honed.
Yes.
So we sell a honing tool. If you have to get your knives sharpened, I like to have a professional do it personally. And I go to a place that sharpens scissors or vacuums. And so like in our area, we have a Joann's fabric store. And so I would take it someplace professional, but you don't really need to sharpen our quality knives, but once a year or every other year. And I mean, truth be told, I've never sharpened mine. I just hone them.
Same.
Cool. Great. All right, last question for and I would love to hear from both of you on this. You talked about how you've both been a consultant for different amounts of time. You became friends because of being a consultant, being consultants. What have been some of the other benefits or takeaways from your time as a Pampered Chef consultant?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. What you go first? You go first.
Okay, I think for me, I growing professionally, as I told you, my first party, I didn't know how to cook. I burned food. I dropped food. My voice quavered the whole time. And to think that I would ever be doing this live demo on this platform is an honor and such a sign of growth that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't do Pampered Chef. The friendship is definitely clear, and my kids are proud of me. They watched me grow a business and they brag about me to their kids. And that's the only gift I could ever need. My husband's proud of me. He brags about me. And so I do think that now as I'm older and I'm an empty nester, the flexibility. I don't want anybody telling me I have to be at work 9 to 5. Like, I'm just too spoiled now. And so I'm so grateful for that. I could go on and on and on, but I'll stop and let Irene say something.
Gosh, there's been so many things. Gosh, in my almost 10 years at Pampered Chef. I mean, when I really first started Pampered Chef, I was the mom. I was like obsessed with cooking, obsessed with Pampered Chef. I had multiple Pampered Chef parties. And I literally was just like, somebody asked me, would you consider being a Pampered Chef consultant? And I'm going to be honest, I just was like, I'm not sure if it's for me. And finally, I just was like, you know what? I'm going to take a stab at it, because again, I was the stay-at-home mom. And for me, I was like, I would love to make just a couple extra $100 to pay for club soccer, any type of registration that we had for school sports, all the things, So when I first started Pampered Chef, I literally was like, I would love to make a couple of extra $100. Like, that would change my life in this moment. And when I first started doing Pampered Chef, I had a party with some of my friends. I had 3 friends who decided to book a party with me, and like the rest is history, right? Like, I met people at other parties, and that's kind of how I grew my business. But like community, like, I love that. And being a stay-at-home mom, I'm going to be honest, like, time is precious, right? Like, I always tell people, like, I need to be able to make a good, healthy meal for my family. And I don't want to stop at the drive-thru at 7 p.m. after practice, right? Or eat a bowl of cereal. Like, I want to make sure I'm preparing good, healthy meals. And Pampered Chef has really done that for me. And so I hope that as a Pampered Chef consultant, I'm helping other people save time in the kitchen so they can spend more time with their family around the table. So I really love that. One of the other perks, we haven't talked about it yet, but like being able to earn a free trip. Now, I have had to work really hard to earn a free trip, but I've earned many free trips with Pampered Chef, and it's just been so special. And just to be able to travel with our friends too has been amazing. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you both for those amazing testimonials. I think that's, I mean, so powerful on many levels. So thank you both for sharing all of this with us, for your time, for your talent, for doing this together. What a cool thing you have shared with us. So if any of you are interested in learning more about becoming a consultant yourself, again, there's some really special opportunities in the month of May where you can start your business really easily or get some great sign-on bonus. Connect with your consultant or visit the Be a Consultant page on our website. We're going to wrap here. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you will join us same time next week with Shannon, who's going to teach us an easy way to make steak and fries that are full of herby flavor. She's going to make steak. Sometimes, people are like, I don't know how to handle that. She's going to make it easy for you. So, and of course, we'll have another set of giveaways as well. So register now to join us next week. Same time, same place. That's all, friends. Thanks again. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye, everybody.